Grappling Dads, back again. Paul.
Kippers.
Hey.
Doodles.
Another episode of jiu-jitsu-y stuff.
Yes.
What are we talking about today? You don't know, do you?
Oh, yeah, I do. Aging in jiu-jitsu.
That's right.
Isn't that what it is?
It is.
Yes,
so
I read it.
We had,
I read the first paragraph.
We had two pro tips. We had one from Ron.
Yes.
He told us he wanted to write one, and he did. Excellent pro tip.
Yeah, awesome.
And we got one from Croyler. He didn't get one last week because he was too busy. He goes, this one, he actually didn't feel good about it. He goes, I struggle, I'm busy at work, so he goes, I wish it was better. He goes, it'd be better if it was in person, but he says that all the time. So
yeah, but that could be a better one because that's in person. It's a guard talk. It was more guard talk.
Yep.
But the thing is, with him and guard talk, that's his shit.
Oh yeah,
he loves closed guard, so that might be something to talk about with him when he's here more often.
If nothing else, it gives him a whole another week to add or subtract from that one.
Make it better. Make it better.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this week, aging grappler. Either if you're aging in grappling,
or you started aged,
you started aged.
I call that finally aged.
Yeah, you kind of started semi-aged.
I did.
Yeah,
semi-aged. I started at 38?
Yep.
Yeah. No. Yeah, 38.
Yeah. I started fairly young. I think I was 29 when I started.
Yeah. See, that's pretty good age.
Yep.
Still kind of spry.
Yeah, which sucks because I'm 40 now. And
not spry.
Still a blue belt.
The opposite of spry.
I made so many mistakes, and I'm hoping that
you've helped me to not make those mistakes.
Yeah, I'm trying to help everybody not make those mistakes. Like I don't want
I actually listen to you. So.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. Not only that, but I don't want them to put other people through what I put them through. Does that make sense?
No, exactly. Oh, hell yeah, it does.
Okay.
And I think David, OG Stalker.
Yeah.
He came out. He asked for what to expect, what you should be focusing on from day one to through the first year of being a white belt.
We already
and he
did
thought
that
we kind of, but I think we could do it again and do it better.
We could.
I think we could do it better because we could get a little bit more specific with what we're talking about and what we're looking for. Yep. And then we could have Austin put his input in.
I like it.
Yeah, he's back in the fold.
Is he?
Sort of.
Is he?
Sort of.
All right.
I love that guy.
Do you, though?
I do.
Okay, good.
Dude's great. Yeah, he's my white belt.
He's my white belt. Belt. Hey, before we start getting into things and stuff.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about UFC. That was fun.
Do your thing, though.
Okay, so we got topmountapparel.com. Check them out. They just did a great thing with us on Flick Chat. They did, just for us, order of gis. So they did the Top Mount gi and also the Baba Yaga.
Yep.
And both very cool gis. I was just more into the Top Mount just because I love Top Mount. I love their freaking
I want to show off
logo.
The logo, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to wear ours on the show.
We are, aren't we?
It's going to be fucking awesome.
Let's do that when it's cool in here.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah, maybe that'll be a winter thing.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a winter thing, but
fall.
We'll do it. We'll do it. The video would like it.
Maybe.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it can't get worse.
No, but definitely check them out. Check them out on Instagram. Give them a follow. Check out the Regardless movement when you're on their website. Take a close look in there. I promise you'll find some stuff that's pretty cool.
You'll be surprised.
Yes, you will. And, GD10 at checkout gets you, saves you some money.
Yeah.
10%, I do believe.
Everybody likes saving money.
Hell yes.
Unless you got so much of it doesn't matter. In which case,
in that case, I need money from you.
Speaking of which, thank you, patrons.
Yes, patrons.
Really means a lot that anybody does that at all.
It
mind
means
blowing.
The world.
Oh my God, it's just
worlds of things.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, and if you're at a certain level, we're gonna have a conversation with you pretty soon. We got some big things coming up.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Or just ideas?
No, we
floating
got big
in our
shit
head.
coming up.
Good. I like big things.
I need to inform you of things more.
You should probably tell me stuff.
Well, every time I do, you go, it's your decision.
Yeah. You're like, hey, should we do this or this? I'm like, well, what do you want to do? Like this. Then let's do that.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for the feedback.
I mean,
Dick.
It's never
your
negative.
Show too.
I'm the star. I got the sultry voice. No? Too far? Too far. Keep talking about Top Mount, then we'll move on.
No. But yeah, check them out. Give them a follow, okay?
Oh, for sure.
And then we have Tap Tape. I talked to that son of a bitch. He's alive.
He's not dead.
No, he's sending me some tape.
I was
we need tape. We're running low.
The last 3 weeks. Somebody at the gym goes, "Hey, I can't find it. It's sold out." So I'm like, "That's because we're so famous all throughout the world that it does that now."
I don't know what they're doing though because I found it. Remember? Walked up
Well, I think
there, I'm
it's back available.
Yeah,
now.
I think Mike had some stuff going on, so something might have slipped up there.
It should be available now, though.
No, it is. Yeah, I've looked.
Perfect.
It's there. It's available.
Excellent.
So the best tape out there is available on Amazon. Check it out. Give it a review. Definitely leave an honest review because it's the best tape you'll use.
If you join the Flick Chat app, they have a little dedicated tap tape.
Yeah, tap tape thread on there. Yep.
Like uses of tap tape other than
It's quite long.
your fingers. And it's quite funny,
None of them are good,
but they all work.
but they all worked. I used mine for something else too. Yep. Forgot what. Oh, to hold another Band-Aid that fell off on.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, work good for
Worked out
children.
great.
Because children's Band-Aids inherently suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So,
I wrap them up with that all the time.
yeah, it works well. I
Thank
like
you.
it. Or I make my own, Band-Aid.
Just close the
do
wound with
that.
it. Just super glue it and tap tape it up.
I super glue everything.
Oh, that's the way to
I
go.
would have super glued my neck if they gave me the option.
When I ground my knuckle down flat in
Yeah,
the
I
grinding
remember
wheel,
that, yeah.
I'm looking in the cabinet going, can I just glue this? And I'm looking at it, and there's just this big, huge gaping.
Yeah, not good.
I'm like,
not
I'm looking
good.
at my bone and my tendon.
Probably
But if I
not.
fold it closed,
Hey, put some glue on it. That damn thing's new.
I told the doctor what I was going to do. They're just like, you're the dumbest man alive.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, man, well,
Yeah, that's what we do here. But yeah, check out Tap Tape on Amazon. Awesome stuff. Great guy. And his wife's throwing up a lot. So
show him some support.
yeah,
He's
for
good
sure.
people.
He's very good people. Can't wait to go visit that guy.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
He should come visit us. You know, one sponsor came to visit us.
He's got two small children, dude. He's going nowhere near us.
Well, yeah. Can you travel for work and just kind of make a pit stop? Is that a thing?
He is in banking. You never know.
Oh, there you go.
You
never
have
know.
a meeting with Huntington
Perfect. Let's do this thing.
or Fifth Third. What other
What?
banks are here?
I don't know.
Chase.
We have so many. Yeah. We have all of
I
them.
just drive past banks. Credit unions? Got a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Well, anyways. But Tap Tape, best stuff you can have. Promise you.
Get you some.
All
Leave a
right.
review.
Then we got, always. Then we have Blackline Jiu-Jitsu. That's where we trained. Some things are changing there. Didn't even know about it. I'm not really included.
Well, it's because you're not there.
That's probably a good point.
How
My
many
wife
more
gave me the
weeks
update.
until you're good to drill and stuff?
I think like a month. Not even a month. I think I can drill.
3 weeks about.
Yeah, I think I can drill where it's just literally drilling, nothing neck intensive, nothing where basically most things that I can do are just if somebody doesn't touch my neck. Just don't grab my neck.
Happily, I have a lot of stuff that I need to drill, so
Perfect.
that might work out
That
pretty
might
well.
work out pretty well.
I like it.
Get you ready, get me learnings. So Paul needs to be a purple belt soon.
I keep on being told that.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep letting everyone know.
Much to my chagrin.
Then we got Croyler Gracie Jiu-Jitsu also. Definitely check them out in Northern Indiana. Black Lion, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Croyler Gracie School, hosted by Paul Maroy. Croyler has a podcast.
I guess we could talk about that.
I don't
It's
think-
part of like what he does and stuff and
Yeah.
things.
He also has, if you search Pilgrim Jiu-Jitsu, he has...
Oh,
Do you have it pulled up at all?
Uh,
He has a really cool
no.
seminar going on in Ireland, which I will not be able to go to because I'm poor.
What? Yeah, being poor is not my favorite thing.
No,
But-
we're good at it though.
Yeah, I mean, we can own that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so it is the Pilgrim Jiu-Jitsu presents the Fall Escape Game of Chokes. Apparently, this is taking place where the Game of Thrones was shot.
Oh, very cool.
So you can like
I wouldn't put it
tour
past
that.
Greg, the organizer. I wouldn't put it past him to do that
I
at
would-
all.
I'm not lying. I would love to go on that tour.
Oh, so would I.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
So
love to go
jealous.
there.
So it is October 6th through 12th, 2019, this year, in case you were wondering. Northern Ireland, focused jiu-jitsu training with Croyler Gracie and Jay Pages. All right, movement training with Kwan Gracie. Exclusive
Which I guess is
six-night
amazing,
lodging.
by the way. I guess she's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. Read a little bit. I'm like, holy shit, that's kind of cool.
I might need that in my life.
I think you do.
I think I need that.
I think yoga's done amazing things for you so far.
It's been helping. Like I said, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm cured, I'm healed, but I have noticed a difference, which is saying a lot, considering
yeah,
I've tried a
'cause
lot
there
of other things
there
that
was nothing
didn't
before.
really, yeah. Antrim Coast and GOT Tour.
God, that's gonna be cool.
Yes.
But anyways,
Come experience the jiu-jitsu lifestyle. Is that another thing that you hate. It's like on your jiu-jitsu journey in your path.
Yeah, in your lifestyle.
The tickets are available at pilgrimjiujitsu.com. So if anybody's over in the Northern Ireland area or
we had a few of our Brits that were thinking about going across.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a few people are like, that's close enough.
Yeah, that's getting there.
I would love to do that.
Hell yeah.
That'd be fun.
Not going to make it.
No. Unless somebody wants to sponsor us.
Greg, free tickets?
Hey, Croyler, you want to sponsor us and just pay our way? It's cool. You got all those credit card points.
We could just ride on your back.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Fine.
Yeah.
Not even your back. We'll just cling onto you like, baby koalabees or whatever. Koalabees.
Whatever.
That's a new thing.
We'll bring the comic relief.
Yes, because you don't.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh.
Speaking of, Just Jiu-Jitsu Podcast, available on iTunes.
Oh, man, it's the second best thing to, tryptophan.
Wow. Wow. Well played, sir. Well played. But yeah, if you want to go to one of his seminars or have a seminar of your own, give him a call. If you want just a private lesson or if you want to just start up jiu-jitsu and you happen to be in the Elkhart area, which I can't imagine you are. So maybe have him out your way.
Yeah, most of the people that are already going to his school.
Yeah, I think he's got all the Elkhartians.
Yeah, there's another school down there. Don't know what it's called. Don't really care.
No.
But anyways, definitely, it's actually not that far off of 80-90. Yeah, the toll road there. It's not that far off of there. So you're going through.
Yeah, it's not hard to get to.
No, it's really not.
It's a nice place.
It is. I like it. I like it a lot going down to visit. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, I'm really good at going down there without the ability to do any jiu-jitsu at all.
Yeah, last time you had fun, like you got to ride in a car for an hour and a half, stand around for a couple hours, and then
people came
ride
and
in a car
talked to
for
me.
an hour and a half.
Yeah, we had our little cripple corner with me and Jen.
Jim Mom.
Yeah, Jim Mom was out there just making me feel even worse. She's like, the only reason I can't roll is because I got crushed in a car. I'm like, I got dropped on my head. Not nearly as impressive.
You had a ATV roll on top of you.
That happened also. That had nothing to do with the surgery.
I told you about my experience with the...
Yeah, Paul got scared pissless on that thing.
So look, here's the thing. I've never played with one of those little side-by-side...
Yeah, those are
what do you call them? Oh, yeah, sure, if you're driving. But if you're not driving and somebody else is driving and they've been down this trail 100 times...
Yeah, it's just second nature.
And they're going 1,000 miles an hour, no less.
1,000, huh?
It was at least 1,000. I was terrified. Like, white-knuckled, just terrified. My wife was sitting right by me, having the time of her life, because she grew up doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, she was having a great time, and I'm going, when is this going to be over?
He's just scared.
I just need it to end.
Make it go away.
I'm so scared. All I could picture was center punching a tree. I'm like, oh, this is not my shit.
Yeah.
But it was
it's super fun. I love that shit.
Fun.
Fun
Air
for
quotes,
Paul.
Yeah. No bueno, SA.
See, I like it.
Want to go again? Nah,
fun.
bruh.
Even flipping, I'll go back and jump right back on it. I got to go over to my father-in-law's house so I can go crash that thing again.
Oh, yeah. I think at half speed, I'm driving, not so bad.
Yeah, it's when you're not in control. You're in the back seat.
Yeah.
Of like a Razor.
That's
scary, dude.
It made me realize why I don't sit in the back of roller coasters.
No, see, I'll sit anywhere in a roller coaster.
Yeah.
One of our guys lives near Cedar Point.
Oh,
We should go stay at his house.
Dude, we should do a trip. I haven't been to Cedar Point in about 17 or 18 years.
Hasn't been that long for me. It's probably been 10, 12.
Yeah.
But still.
I got to bring my kids. I just want them to be a little bit older.
Yeah, so they can ride more stuff. Yeah, because right now Sib would go on most of those things with me, but she's too small.
Caden.
She's getting there, though.
I think Caden would do a lot of them. But Sydney, she's just like, no. So I'm...
De nada?
Yeah, I might be that guy that's like, no, you have to. You have to do this.
You got to start them off somewhere.
We did. We went to Legoland, and she went on all of them, like begrudgingly, but she seemed to have fun once she was done. Like she had fun on it, but then she's like, I don't want to do it again. No.
Yeah, see, my wife's that way though. It's like she went on. She hates them. And we got her to go when we were at Cedar Point. We did one of the small wood roller coasters.
That's the worst.
I'm like, honey, this is way worse. But she's like, it's smaller. It's not go as fast. So even then, she was like, yeah, I can see how somebody would think this is fun. I was like, obviously not you.
Yeah. It's just a fun place to go, though. At least it was 17 years ago.
No, it's way cool. I've been there not that long ago. But yeah, it's way fun, dude. Way fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll set up a trip one of these years.
Hell yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We'll go visit. I think is it Steven? I think it's Steven.
I forget.
I don't know. I blamed him for liking Tai Chi push hands when he did not. I'm sorry. Sorry to put that on you.
There's so many
he
of
was
you.
very quickly to announce. He's like, no, I just knew a dumbass that did that.
Yeah, I got confused with the comment on there too, and I thought homie was from England or something.
Oh, did you? I saw that.
I messed up. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it was my fault.
It was pretty funny.
It was.
Get on the Flick Trap. It's freaking funny. Paul will be stupid at some
Watch
point
me
in time.
put my foot right up my mouth.
Yeah,
Watch me.
you're really good on there. You talk a lot more than I do.
I try to.
Which is
where
true.
Are you been, bro?
I don't text, man. It's just I try. I'll be on there. I try. I got to get on there more.
Try harder.
I will.
You do better at the Facebooks and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's if it's just an individual message, I'm usually the person you're talking to.
True.
Yeah.
It ain't me.
No. Yeah, Ray. R-E-Y, but it's Ray, I think. He was reaching out today just to talk about the sound. That was a little quiet last week.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, we've been playing with the sound a little bit, trying to make it less bassy because Paul Elliott keeps bitching. So we tried to fix it. So I think we got rid of the bass, but now it's too quiet. You got to jack up your stereo.
So we're figuring it out, guys. Yeah. If we won't release it if you can't hear it at all.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But no, if you really want good sound, go on to the YouTube. The YouTube.
Oh, yeah, because Mel
it sounded great.
Fixes all that,
yeah,
right?
she pumped it up a little bit. It sounded good. She did a great job last week.
Yeah, she edited the shit out of that.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
She's going to do this one.
Perfect.
She volunteered.
So if it sucks on whatever podcast app you listen to, just listen to it through YouTube. And you can share stupid faces.
Hell yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
A little bit. Sorry.
Yeah. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. I can't do nothing about it.
No, neither can I.
I can't even grow a beard to hide. Nothing.
Yeah, I hide like
you
a
can
good
hide
half
it,
of mine.
because you look super stupid without a beard. Especially now that you're...
Dude, I look terrible.
Oh, we're used to it now?
Yeah, it's bad, dude. I cut it last year, was it? Yeah, last summer. Oh, it's bad, dude. Yeah. It's embarrassing.
I think you said your wife kind of gave you shit for her. Growing it.
Yeah. I cut it off for her on our anniversary, and she came home and looked at me disgustingly and was like, I go, you don't like it, do you? And she was, not really. And that was with no beard. I'm like, yeah. She goes, just grow it back.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. My children have threatened me.
Oh, speaking of beards, we had like this, it wasn't really hate and vitriol, but like pretty strong discussion about beards and jiu-jitsu.
That was a weird conversation.
Well, I think some people really don't like rolling people with beards. Like, especially if
they're
like...
not talking about my beard.
No.
They're not talking about my length
like
beard.
Actual beards, like
David's
epic beards.
length beard. Like it's down below your chin.
Yeah.
Like where you could get tapped by it, Al. Accidentally grabbed Al's goatee.
Oh, nice.
That shit was funny.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
I do remember
when he was
that.
up. That was funny as hell. I felt fucking terrible.
Yeah, if you're rubbing your shit in people's faces, that's just rude.
Yeah, because somebody said they did that.
Like, don't do that.
Ew.
Yeah.
Dude, ew.
Yeah.
We exchanged enough.
Yeah. I'm cool with beards. Just realize that when I'm going for a collar choke and I get it, it's an accident. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not trying to grab it. Like I wasn't trying to tap out Al with his goatee. It's going to happen.
I assume they know that. But let's say you got like a day one white belt and then you grab his beard and pull it. Like, they might get pissed because...
I couldn't blame them for that. They don't know any better.
They don't know any better. Well, yeah, there's a lot of things they do that you can't blame them for, but you got to kind of fix it.
But like I said, OG, I don't know if we talked, we might have been before the show started, but OG Stalker brought up the, maybe revisiting the what to expect from day one to a year.
We can do that.
As a white belt, I think that's a good idea.
I'll listen to the last show we did, and then see if we can maybe revamp
it's a ways
it.
back though. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of different. It's almost a different style than what we do now.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think we even had Curler weigh in on that.
I bet we did.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
We'll find.
Yeah, whatever. We don't know what we talk about on this thing.
True.
But get on the Flick Chat app. You can actually throw out some ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Hey, before we get started, I want to talk about Ben Askren.
Oh, Jesus. The poor son of a bitch. See, I wasn't a Ben Askren fan. Even when I heard he was coming to the UFC, I'm like, I'm going to watch him get punched in the face. Hopefully he get knocked out. Lawler was well on his way to knocking him the fuck out in the first fight.
That was too controversial. I wanted to see that again.
Yeah, rerun that.
Yep.
But, yeah, he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, the memes were my favorite.
Oh, he got memed to shit. You talk enough shit, dude. You're going to get fucking memed to hell.
And we were talking about that earlier. Like, I like shit talking to a point. I didn't like that, though. I like respectful.
Yeah, that wasn't respectful,
dude. And I'm good with shit talking so long as it's funny and mutual.
Yeah.
And they know what they're doing. But when you start getting personal, Like, I'm a hard no. Like, no, don't do that.
let
Like,
that
this,
go.
yeah. Like, don't talk about family, religion,
No,
whatever
let
else.
that
It's
shit
just
go.
like,
There's
no.
plenty of fighting stuff to talk shit about.
I know. Yeah. And then when people,
Or his accent, you could talk about Jorge's freaking accent, or that I don't know if I call him George or Jorge, only because on the freaking telecast they kept going between.
Beat
One
back
guy
and
would
forth.
call it George, the next person would be like Jorge. I'm like, pretty sure it's Jorge.
I do that with Roger Gracie because some people call him Roger.
Roger.
Some people call him Roger.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
I'll just pick one as I'm thinking.
As I'm talking, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
And they're
go
like,
back
you
and
said
forth.
it whatever. I get it.
Whatever,
But
but that shit talking. I didn't like it. I did like the flying knee for a wrestler because those things, woo.
The way he like juked a little bit and like went to the outside and did the like quick stutter step and
Dude, he had to have practiced that because it was so fluid that he was like,
man.
I'm gonna run at him. If he drops his head, it's over.
Yeah.
And I think because a guy running at him like that is going to elicit a wrestler to drop and to literally just double leg his ass down.
Yeah.
And drive right through him.
Yep.
Well, guess what? You can't drive through him when you're knocked the fuck out.
No. What'd you think of the two extras after he was already like just stiff as a board?
Well, when you're that pissed, I don't think Jorge even noticed. He just saw a head and he's going to knock it off till he gets knocked away.
For the sake of argument, he did know, and he's like, fuck it.
Well, Dan Henderson did it to fucking Michael Bisping.
He did.
He hammer fisted him, and he basically said, I fucking gave him an extra shot.
Isn't that like his background pic on his website?
Yes,
too?
it is. It's the flying hammer fist that he did.
That's so savage. That's really funny.
Yeah, and Bisping took that with fucking...
Well,
I don't like Bisping, but man, did he take that whole situation and run with it.
Yeah, I think Bisping's style of shit talk didn't really offend me.
No, he was a professional about it.
Yeah, Conor McGregor, like he's funny, but then he went
He started off by being Michael Bisping, step up,
but funnier,
but
like
funnier,
he just
like
witty,
he had some funny
like
ass
super
shit.
witty. I mean, just
and then
on
he
point.
went off the fucking the rails.
Yep, I became a non-fan.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah. Same thing with Ben Askren. Like
I was never.
I was excited he got to the UFC because I wanted to see what happened because he did really well. But yeah, I'm like, you kind of you're trying too hard.
Yeah,
that's why I liked. Oh hell, it's gone.
Yeah.
Well.
Anywho,
moving on.
Diaz brothers, I think they talk shit hilariously because they mean it.
Yeah, they give zero fucks. Yeah, at all.
Yeah, they're like, no smoking weed. They're at a press conference.
Yeah, like, okay, somebody want to stop me or call security? Okay,
I'm gonna fuck that guy up. But
nice.
Yeah. But no, the rest of the fights were okay. We had a little connection with Randa Marcos.
Yep.
Morgan trained with her like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So we had a connection. So I became a fan because I know her, via Morgan.
Yep.
And Morgan said how cool she was. And
super nice
Storm,
lady,
Randa Marcos, and she had Claudia Gadelia, or however you say that. And that turned out to be a dancing fight because they never really even touched each other. So two wrestlers, I guess they just kind of nullify each other.
Hold on. Forrest Griffin. That's why I like him, because he's funny and he's self-deprecating.
Well, he
not
was
a good fighter.
Terrible.
Not a good fighter, and I understand that, but I liked him as a person.
Well, that's why he's still in the UFC doing commentary.
Yeah, because he was hilarious.
And shit. Yeah, he's got a great... He wrote... His book's good, too, from what I understand.
Oh, really? I'd like to read it, yeah.
Yeah, should. I heard it's interesting. I don't know. I don't read.
Yeah, Nunes...
Good Lord.
Cool.
Is that even worth talking about? That head kick was... Did you see the market left on her face?
I did not.
Holy shit.
I only seen the after shots because I was on a lake with no internet. So
everybody was at my house, so it was good times.
You're like, come on over. I take a picture of me on the lake. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. No, you're lucky.
2 hours away, bro.
No, I know where you were.
Oh.
Somebody else must have sent that to you.
That was your wife, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't me.
She
I knew where you were. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Fights were okay. Rockhold lost his face. Holy shit. He is just holding his chin up high, in which he always had an issue with that, and he got... That dude knocked his face off.
You know what I find weird is some people have unorthodox styles. Like, you're not taught how to fight that way. Like, nobody teaches you how to fight with your hands by your sides and doing all weird shit like
Dominic
Anderson
Cruz.
Silva.
No one taught anyone ever in the history of man to fight like Dominic Cruz.
Fedor, when he just does those
fuck?
windmill punches. I'm like, nobody taught you how to punch like that.
No.
But I tell you what.
Yeah.
One of the greatest of all times. You know, what are you going to do? Like,
yeah.
I think it's one of those things where you got to like know the rules really good, and then you can break the shit out of them because you're so good at everything else. You can kind of do whatever the hell you want.
Get away with it. Something like that. I don't know, but yeah.
But even Anderson, he got clipped. Yeah, you're not supposed to do what he did.
No.
Well, now you know why.
Doubled up a punch and it was over. Anyways, but yeah, the rest of it was good and good times. I guess we can get into our pro tip at this point. You know, we're not a UFC show.
People had to know. It was good fights. Yeah, I lost it. It's totally gone. Oh, found it.
Okay.
All right, so Ron Maines writes, so Paulie asked me about the aging grappler and how to roll well and roll longer versus the younger folk in BJJ. This is actually a great question, especially since I am an aging grappler and didn't even start my...
You're a black belt asshole. Totally different.
Coming in hard. And didn't even start my BJJ intensive training until I was 34. That's a young man to us. Because you started later than that, 38.
38, yep.
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 Yeah, I started at 28. Not sure if we talked about this already, but yeah.
Yeah.
40 now, so we're both 40. You're almost 41.
I am almost 41.
Coming up quick.
Yes, it is.
All right, let me start by stating that it's imperative to know what an aging grappler is and why it's important to distinguish aging from older in this context. I never thought about it that way, but we'll proceed. An older grappler...
Good job, buddy.
I know it. An older grappler is usually somebody over 30, which is just a baby to us.
Yes.
Since this is usually where Masters Divisions begins with most competition events, whereas an aging grappler is usually someone definitely over 40. That means that at least a decade of your BJJ is spent in the older than most group, and that at 40 and beyond, you are at a definitive crossroads of what BJJ can mean to you. Yeah, that's kind of why we brought it up. Like,
mine is for stealing cupcakes from small children.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got to just control my kids, focus. And this is the only way I can do it. So, but for real, like when I started in jiu-jitsu, it was because I wanted to be a badass. I had delusions
I think a lot of people do that.
I had delusions of grandeur. I wanted to be a competitor. I kind of wanted to be that cage fighter. I mean, I did the cage fight.
You did do a cage fight.
Yeah, so, yeah, I wanted to be all about that life. And now...
Not so much.
Not even a little bit. Like, I have zero desire to compete.
No.
I did that thing with Andrew, but that was supposed to be fun.
It didn't turn out to be as fun.
I mean...
It was fun.
It was fun.
It made it to Reddit. Made it all the way to Reddit.
I almost tried to find it and look at the comments, but I'm like, no, I don't want to ruin my day.
I guess there are comments on it. I'll look it up for you. I'll let you know.
Oh, don't do that.
I already found it once. I just found it when I first was told that we made it to Reddit.
That's really funny.
Yeah, we've been on there as one of the best podcasts, though.
Yeah, one time was They're Okay, kind of funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was like episode 50.
Yeah, that was way back,
that was
though.
Way back, yeah.
So, yeah.
I think we've gotten better.
Yeah.
I'd like to think so. We haven't gotten worse. We certainly haven't gotten worse.
Yeah, dude.
Give us that. We've had better shows than others, but...
Yeah, we're doing well.
We're not backsliding.
Well. You guys like us. We have big fans.
Some? Yeah, still weird.
Still super weird, but you want to make me freaking giggle a little. Just say,
big fan.
Big fan. Ooh.
Huh. I feel
interesting.
I feel like Joe Rogan right now.
Yeah.
But not.
But not really.
All right.
No.
Let's move on. Let me get to older than most and explain how important it is for this particular player to have not only increased their willingness to vary their rolling partners, but also find suitable training mates. This means I need to clarify these two terms. First is varying their partners, meaning rolling with everyone, obviously within reason. That's important. Because there's always people that, I don't want to say always, oftentimes there's people that you just don't want to roll with because you're going to get hurt. Like they don't have the capacity to roll less than 100%.
They just, or they choose not to, either one.
And some people even admit it. Like we have people that go, I'm not a good gauge of 50%. It's either like they flip the switch off and you're like, oh, you're really boring.
Yeah.
Or you ramp it up to 100.
And I'll give a lot of people a lot of leeway on this because that's hard to do.
Oh, for sure.
It's hard to be the good role that everybody wants to be, especially when you get older. Because Paul and I just want to have fun and I want to learn. It's actually I want to learn and then have fun. Those are the two, and in that order. The only problem is
order.
Yeah, if you're coming at me hard, like, I just don't care enough to like because I'm not learning and I'm not having fun.
And here's the thing. Like, if you come at me hard, I have to match your intensity to stay
Just to not
safe.
get hurt.
Because I'm not good enough at jiu-jitsu at this point to be able to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So I have to save myself, and that makes it just a tough, not fun roll. Yeah. It's like, it doesn't need to be a war every single time.
Yeah, it seems to be a real reoccurring theme.
Yeah. But I'm a good example of this because when I first started to try to roll to your level, right? You're like, no, you're either boring or you're going too hard.
Or I said something there along the lines of, if I'm this bad and you're rolling to my level, I'm quitting jiu-jitsu.
That you might have uttered those words. But my point is I haven't learned the skill. I'm learning the skill, right? Yeah. It's kind of like Paul Elliott was saying. Like, if you're a blue belt and you think you can flow roll, you can't. I'm like, come again? Because I thought I was flow rolling. He's like, a lot of people think they're good at stuff that they're not.
But he also gave you credit, though, that you were better than most. Because I'm fucking terrible at it.
Most people are terrible at it. I'm not as good as I thought. Like, same thing with this, like rolling to somebody's level and being able to go just above, just below. I mean,
it's hard to do.
Yeah, that's a skill in and of itself. So.
Yeah. Paul, I don't know if Paul can do that, Paul Elliott, because he just beats shit out of me. So, but that's fun. A totally different thing.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of been asking him a little bit, and then by the time we see him, he's
love that guy,
I'm going to get mine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that guy, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, he's got a upcoming pro tip, hopefully.
Does he?
I put a bug in his ear, and he's like, Did he? Maybe.
Was it an earworm?
Yeah. And then he's like, well, there's a 50% chance. And now I think there is a 100% chance. He just has to figure out how he wants to word that shit.
He's very meticulous in the way he writes.
He's a really well-written guy, too. So
yeah,
well,
he only writes when it strikes him. So to give him an assignment, he told me it wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, I really enjoy ruining his articles.
Fuck yeah.
It makes me feel good about myself.
Super fun. I can ruin stuff. Very intelligent person stuff. Other than Croilers. We got two of them we can just fuck up.
God, so good.
It takes talent to do what we're doing here, people.
You know, the nice thing is there's still nuggets of knowledge and wisdom that you can take from it.
Yes. Even though we fuck it up? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
All right. So we don't fuck it up too bad.
Right. Just bad enough.
Fair enough.
Where it's worth listening to, but barely.
It's worth a listen. Maybe one.
And if you're on the Flick Chat app, it'll all be clarified.
Yeah.
At the next the next chat.
Yeah.
So
just wait till Thursday.
Yeah. We're really trying to sell that Flick Chat app hard.
Well, just because I love it. It's so much fun. Like, because I may not respond, but I read all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I read all of them. I had to turn some of the notifications off.
Oh, yeah, when you get like 80
because I was getting like
minutes.
80 of them. I'm like, okay, this is a little much. So I turned on like main chat.
You can do that?
Yeah, I turned on main chat and a few of them. So I only get like 3 of them.
Nice.
But I check it periodically anyways throughout the day. But then I know if like the main chat, a lot of them, that's when I get called out. Also, Kip Suck It Corner. So that one's turned on. Obviously. So I have to know when people are talking shit to me. So
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's great.
That's actually one of my favorites. I do like the Andro Desimone
fan club.
Yeah.
Which almost never talks about their show, but I like it.
Yeah, it's still good.
Like it.
Yeah, that talks about Comptroller. Yeah,
is really all over that thing.
All right, obviously within reason. From kids to adults, male and female, but also weight classes up to heavy. And the second is suitable training partners who are near to your weight and age. Both of these types of rolling will satisfy the many issues that are encountered, like what kinds of techniques will work and on whom they work. Also, what the player can actually do for techniques and on whom their techniques can be done within their ability.
That was a really long explanation, Ron.
You lost me at ability.
He just kept going. I'm like, whew, that is thorough.
Was that one sentence, or is it just the way Paul read it?
We can fuck up anything, can't we?
He's going to be like, I knew I shouldn't have
never doing that again.
It sounded like such a good idea. Pours his blood, sweat, and tears. He's like, I knew this was going to happen, and it still hurts.
Yeah, you know what you're right.
You knew what you were saying. Yeah, exactly. All right. Now, it's my experience that usually around 35 or so, the body begins to display some of its evilness, such as aches and pains. I can attest to that.
Yes.
I've always had aches and pains. I grew up with you know what kyphosis is?
No.
All right. Not many people do. So it's when your spine has a natural little S curve.
It's not scoliosis, it's something else.
So scoliosis is where it goes like sideways, right?
Yeah.
Kyphosis is where your S curve is exaggerated, so you got like a hump back and your pelvis tilts out.
No shit.
Oh, dude, mine is awful. So I have to force myself to stand up straight. Otherwise, I slouch like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, bad.
Yeah.
But it feels like to me when I'm standing up straight.
You told me about this.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah. So it feels like when I'm standing up straight that I'm like puffing out my chest and trying to look like a badass. But if I don't do that, I look like the Hunchback.
Yeah, I'll go with the puff your chest out douchebag move.
Yeah, even so, I look like a douchebag, but for other reasons than me puffing my chest out. Yeah,
it doesn't matter to the people around you.
Exactly,
they don't know.
Yeah,
you're just a douche.
But yeah, so I grew up with that. Plus, I had
Well, I did know that. I didn't remember.
You forgot. Yeah,
totally forgot.
Plus the Osgood Slaughters, which you're supposed to outgrow.
Yeah, you never did.
Never did. No.
Way to go.
Yep. And then when I was 18,
way to stick with it.
Yeah, 18, and just destroyed all my rotator cuffs. So just going into old age with all that,
dude, you're going to be 100 at the age of like 60.
Oh man, so I can attest to like I have issues. Like I'm in abject misery every day. So if I have a bad roll, I'm feeling that for many, many days afterwards.
Yeah,
it's not just sore.
When you hear about a bad roll, it's where the person just went 100% and just didn't need to.
Yep. The nice thing about jiu-jitsu is the better you get at jiu-jitsu and controlling people, the less that happens.
Yes.
So when I was
the better you get at your craft, the better you can, more healthy you can keep yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So when I was a white belt, baby blue belt, even a couple stripes in, I'd have a lot more bad days than I do now.
I can see that.
Now I can dictate and control more people than before. So it's a big help. But it's also I pick my roles a lot more now.
Well, now speaking of injuries and things that slow you down, getting old. Now that I've had this surgery, like I literally have to pick my roles for probably a year. I have to pick every single one of my roles, make sure. So I'm going to be rolling with a handful of people, which sucks.
But it's fine too.
But I have to.
As long as you're rolling, you're good, man.
Yeah, I just got to get back. It's been killing me. I've been out for 2 months now?
Yeah. 2
solid months I've been out.
It's been sucky.
Yeah, it
Come
sucks.
back, bro. This is bullshit.
I want to come back.
All right, evilness such as aches and pain, so these can limit the abilities to perform certain techniques, but it definitely also brings forth more positive things like transitions, tranquility, and understanding. I'm not sure about the tranquility part. I'm not even sure what that is.
I don't know what happens at your gym, but...
Yeah. Is that like when your third eye opens?
I don't need... That's a thing.
Yeah.
Mel's been trying to teach me. I have no clue.
Yeah, she talks about that stuff, and my eyes glass over, not because I'm bored, but because I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not that I'm like, this is complete hokum.
Yeah.
No, it's, I don't understand what you're saying. I am that slow.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm stupid. What are you going to do? Right. Tranquility. Check. Knowing what you cannot do will absolutely highlight what you can do. That's tough for me. So I get butthurt at my own ability because of my lack of range of motion.
Yeah.
If I will. I feel like I'm kind of terrible for the level I'm supposed to be at because of things I can't do. Like, hey, Paul, show me how to do a triangle. I can't. Like my knee will explode. Do some inversion stuff. Like do a Granby roll. Like no. If I get stacked in an armbar, I tap because I can't.
Yeah.
It's just.
You're old and broken.
Yeah. Kind of.
Your body doesn't allow it.
So, but the things I am good at, I think I've excelled at. Like I've had to get good at certain positions because that's what my body's capable of doing. So I have more of a wheelhouse than I think I should. Like I wish I had a little bit more broader spectrum, but my body limits me to what I can do. So.
Yeah, you're expanding though.
Yeah, I'm trying. I just have to keep it in mind.
You always thought you couldn't do close guard. I remember when we first started, you're like, I can't do close guard. My knees are too bad to push on them. You're doing close guard now.
Yeah. So speaking of private lessons with Croyler, like once I had a few fundamental ideas that I just didn't have a grasp on, I'm like, oh, I do this when they do that, and then my knees don't get smashed open. Yep. So I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. So talk to your coach about your body and what it's doing.
Yeah, or if you have an injury, you got to work around. Because they usually have a really good. have a good game plan for you.
Yep. So, like for example, I was telling Croyler that I can't finish the triangle. What can I do? He's like, well, there's a thing called a TP triangle. It's not near as good. Like I wouldn't do that rather than triangle. If you can do a triangle ever, but if you're in this position, this is a viable option where you're
so just leaving it open,
extending your legs.
Yeah,
rather
than don't you cross your feet?
Yeah, my feet are crosswise.
Yeah,
that's fine. So as long as my feet are kind of extending away and not in my toes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Though it's more of an extension, almost full legged out, and then you cross your feet, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, as long as my toes aren't pointing in towards my asshole, I'm
usually good.
Okay. Yeah.
Usually good. That's a good. Really wish you used a different reference point.
Well, it's kind of like the toe hold. Like, I tap really quick the toe holds and heel hooks.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to explain what happened with my roll with Justin?
Geez, some Pete's were rolling, and we weren't. I wasn't rolling, but Paulie was rolling on the 4th of July roll, and Justin, our no-gi coach, is a master of, not master, but he's pretty damn close to.
He likes his leg locks.
Leg locks, knee, ankle locks, the whole thing. And he touched Paulie's knee to get in the position to
heel hook
you. And you just hear Paulie go, oh!
I scream tapped. I scream tapped like on repeat. Like it was a shotgun. Or 3-round burst.
Yep. tap, tap, tap. And he was so worried. He was like,
are you okay? Oh, yeah. He thought he broke me. I'm like, no.
That was to avoid breaking.
Yeah, he had it in a position where I knew it was done. Like, there was no fighting.
He was deep. As soon as he turned, it was over. So, might as well tap, especially you.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, don't wait till it hurts to tap. Like, once you realize...
can't get out and you realize they're not going to let go, fucking tap.
This is true for anybody, whether you're healthy or not. Yeah.
Doesn't matter how old
not
you
aging.
are.
It just matters more when you're old because it takes so much longer to heal.
And we're so much easier to break.
God, isn't that true?
I have metal in my neck to prove it. I do.
It's terrible. All right. Knowing what you cannot do will absolutely highlight what you can do. It is at this point in my essay. It's pro tip, bro. That I want to discuss
school.
That I want to discuss rolling with younger and more aggressive players, and also how to prolong your ability to continue training and rolling. I believe that the culture of your particular academy, aka your instructor, will dictate whether or not it's acceptable for students to pick and choose their partners. And it's weird if you have a school that doesn't allow you to do that.
Well, I could see how that could be an issue because then you have people that are picking and they're only rolling with people they like and there's going to be people that get kind of segregated out. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
So I get that, but if you allowed everyone to do it and everybody did that, but for a person like me or the aging grappler, guess what, dude? You most certainly have to pick your roles.
Yep.
Because there's just some of those guys are going to, like he's going to talk about, because I read this part, they're going to come at you. Yep. That's just what they do. And if you're not good enough, it's going to hurt.
You got to be good enough to be able to control the stupid.
It's gonna hurt you $10,000 in neck surgery.
Interesting point though, because I guess some gyms would be like, no, you don't get to pick and choose your training partner. Like you roll.
Yeah.
Who you
That's
roll
definitely
with.
a thing.
Yeah.
Upper belts can.
Boy, that's frustrating. I
call people out, kind of thing, but that's about it.
Because at other gyms, I would imagine that like, no, I don't want to roll with you, and it's cool. But your coach would eventually notice that, hey, nobody wants to roll with person X. Maybe I should have a conversation with person X. Yeah. So I could see that happening. That seems more.
That's what I mean. It's those people could be segmented out, which you don't. Yeah. They're paying to be there too.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a tough one. I don't know. That might be a pro tip in and of itself.
A little one.
But the fact of the matter is, you might be at a school that you don't get to choose. So, we'll go on that assumption that you're like, oh, well, I guess I get this guy.
And choosing your roles isn't picking people you can beat. Because we've also had those kind of people come across the freaking board.
That's a valid point. You can't just pick people that you can win all the time.
Or you're bigger than, or because, I beat the crap out of a kid that was doing that at our school. Now, should I have done that? No.
If you have a good, legitimate school with good coaching and a good culture, right, you should be able to pick anybody and not get hurt. Especially people that can whoop your ass. Like, it should still be a fun role.
Yeah, for sure.
But if if you don't, like if people that are better than you just rail on you all the time, I can almost see where like, well, I don't want to get my ass kicked because that hurts for 3 days. So I'll just roll with the new white belt that's really tiny.
But you can't though.
Right.
For one thing, you're not going to help them out. Well, I guess if you roll right, if you're rolling to help that white belt out, because you're not going to get much from that roll. Let's be honest. You can test out some crazy stuff you've been working on, but you're not going to get the true what you need out of that roll, in my opinion, as much as you would someone that has a little more experience, that has defense,
right?
Understands that I can't just take your arm automatically, So
we've done a pro tip on why it's good to roll with white belts.
Yes, and it is. White belts are super important. It's just, I think we talked about it in that show. Is a lot of it almost has to be more catered to the white belt rather than towards the upper belt.
Right. It's sort of
in a way.
Yeah, in a way. So it's also a neat way to practice stuff that you're just learning. That you're just really not going to catch on people that are your level or above. Or even
because
just
they
below,
know set
really.
defense.
Yep. So, yeah. I guess for this particular essay, we're talking about, like, you get the new white belt that's big, strong, ex-wrestler, Division I, and you're like, shit, man, I'm 40 years old. I got to roll with this 23-year-old. Just got out of college. Handle this? Yeah, that's tough. And then, especially if you're not allowed to say no.
I squeal, and I squeal and run to the back going, oh, I got to pee. Does that work? Is that a thing?
It is a thing. I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Actually. Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Students pick and choose their partners. I say that because if the academy approaches training from the competitive side versus the hobbyist side, then there can be issues with different ages and genders being thrust together. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If there are no preset rules or guidance, then it behooves each of the players to dictate who they will roll with. Ladies should use caution when rolling with younger, low-ranked males, for sure, but this caution also applies to the older and aging grappler. Now, this does not mean that you can avoid the more aggressive players, but it does ensure that you will need more caution, and this is the crux of this topic. Yeah. When you know what you're getting, you have to roll a certain way, and it's to protect yourself. I've gotten fucked up because I've taken the new young hot shot, and I'm trying. So in my head, and I think I screwed up, and I realized the errors of my ways. I go super light mode just to show them that, hey, man, we're just playing around here.
Yeah.
Inevitably, they don't get that. What they get is I'm beating the shit out of a 4-stripe blue belt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then I'll get like neck cranked and just squished. I'm like, oh man, I get put in like a really bad position and they're super strong. I mean, it's not hard to be stronger than me. No. And tougher than me. It's just not. So then I usually go home. I'm like, well, crap. Now I can't turn my neck for 3 days or 6 months in Kip's case. So
yay for me.
So you got to approach it like, all right, this is going to be more of a fight and I need to work on my defense for sure. Like I need to work on shutting this kid shit down.
Yep.
Rather than, hey, it'll be a nice friendly roll. Oh, in a bad position. Oh, he's just cranking on everything. And
well, and then I made a mistake. Even when I got injured, I made a mistake by still trying to submit this guy, thinking that would stop him from coming back at me because he's a wrestler. So I just kept armbarring him from the bottom over and over again. Well, guess what? He got sick of that, and his retort was to, what he did. Fuck me. But I almost can't blame him though. Like honestly, I put him in the position he had to defend, and he didn't know proper defense at the time because he was new.
Right. My first class in BJJ, I got caught in an armbar. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what to do. So you know what I did? I picked him up and I slammed him on the ground, and that worked really good.
Well, they let go.
My guy, I believe, got lucky. Like. I didn't ruin his neck, but I did the same thing he did to you because you don't know what else to do. Yeah.
Like I have a hold of it. He's felt it before where I've done it to him, and he didn't want it to happen again. I get it. It sucks for me, but it was, I got to take ownership that I fucked up too, So, I guess I'll send him half the hospital bill.
Right. just half. That's all you get. Right. Engaging or avoiding the young studs. When a player is about to engage in live open rolling, it means that they will usually be timed and looking for submissions while also seeking opportunities to advance their positions as points are awarded for this. That means that the level of play is increased and encouraged. If one is not prepared for this, then it can be quite shocking. So, What does that mean for the older aging grapplers? Well, it means that strength will play a major factor in some of the attempts for submissions and positions, and a player can be cranked into giving up that particular scramble. Yeah. I don't try to win scrambles anymore.
No.
I used to, and now
I go for position. I'm just like, okay, don't get hurt.
Well, so scrambles are like the in between positions. Like you lost position, they're scrambling, then you're both going, you want top, you want whatever position you want. And I am way more likely to let that shit go and just give them, I don't care if it's mount, back, whatever.
Well, you and I have good scrambles, but they're both probably really geriatrically old.
They are. Our scrambles are slower and methodical.
Well, and I'm not trying to, I'm not flailing about, because that's usually what happens in a lot of scrambles. That's what I mean by, I go by position of not getting hurt.
Right.
Whatever position I end up in is perfect if I didn't get hurt.
So the more experience you have, the more time on the mat you have, the more you realize where your limbs are and stuff relative to your body and their body, and where the danger zone is.
Yeah.
So
your awareness gets
So when you're
heightened.
new, your elbows and your knees, you're like you don't understand that they're gonna bop somebody in the face. Now that'll happen even at black belt level. I'm sure you get bopped in the head, but just so much more at
I definitely got kicked
belt.
and hit in the face a lot more, blue belt and below.
Oh, yeah,
when I was a white belt. Oh, for sure.
Not only that, but just kind of. So limbs bend the wrong way, even if it's not a submission. Like if it's just kind of landing wrong, weight goes wrong. We've had one, Kelsey armbarred herself on the mat.
Oops.
And we've all done dumb shit like that. Mm-hmm. Some people, unfortunately for her, pay for it. You know, some people pay for it and some people get lucky, but that's just what it is. That's why scrambles suck. And I try to not do that shit. I'll give up position just because it's not worth getting hurt.
Agreed.
Cranked into giving up that particular scramble. Therefore, the older and aging player will need to accept losing many positions and attempts in these matchups and look to gain advantages by remaining calm and continuous throughout transition sequences so as to not fully engage directly against brutish power. Basically he said it better than I just did.
Yep, much better.
Much better. Apparently that's why I don't write these things.
That's why we read.
This particular skill takes time to develop, so it can be difficult to reconcile within the constraints of limited and time-drilling opportunities. But I assure you it can be done and will make for a prolonged and adventurous BJJ career. Yeah, so some skills aren't really taught, right?
Yeah.
So your coach isn't going to teach you how to do stuff like that. That's something
you're just going to have to learn.
That's time on the mat. Yeah.
It's true. It sucks, but it's true. And that's one drawback that you get from jiu-jitsu is you're going to get hurt at some point in some fashion. It's how severe it's going to be hurt.
Yeah.
It's true because when you're learning, you're going to put yourself in so many shit positions and you're going to freaking react so poorly and you're going to be the one hurting an upper belt because I know I've punched people in the face when I was a freaking flaily white belt and I was learning, and that's what you're supposed to be doing, but guess what? You're going to get hurt. So it kind of sucks.
Yep.
Okay, no, it just kind of sucks. It just sucks.
Yeah, there's no way to sugarcoat it, I don't think.
No, you're going to get hurt at some point in some fashion.
You can mitigate a lot of that just with the culture.
Yes.
Not all of it, but you can mitigate a lot by, like Curler does. He's like, I don't allow white on white action.
Yes.
But the white belts are still going to roll with the blue belts as white belts roll, right? So the blue belts have to understand that I have to roll a certain way with these people until they get a handle on body movement, body mechanics, what they're doing, getting that fight or flight kind of toned down many, many notches. Because,
understanding it.
Yeah.
Just it's understanding that you don't need that fight or flight in this situation. Yeah. It's hard though.
This is a safe space, people.
Somebody's trying to choke you, but you always have the magic of tapping. It makes everything stop.
It's weird that I don't know if it's ego or if it's fear or if it's some innate.
I think it's
primal,
just an innate thing.
I think it's more primal than ego. I really do at this point because I don't think people can help it.
There is ego there. I think the ego is always going to play a part. I think I've said that a few times in different shows.
Yeah, I think I want to give.
You never want to get beat, especially like you've said in a fight. You don't want to get beat. It's just natural. It's just you don't want to get beat.
You're getting dominated by another human being.
An
individual,
like one-on-one. It sucks. But
losing a basketball game, nobody cares.
Well,
we got slaughtered. Let's go for beers.
No, people do care. I don't like losing at anything. Did you play basketball?
I played one season, never made a shot.
Yeah, I could see why you wouldn't care at that point. It's definitely not to care.
I got 2 free throws. Missed those as well. And those were unwarranted because the guy had hit all ball. Like he didn't touch me at all.
That was a good one.
But I got the free throws and I took them. Missed.
Well, you can't really deny them at that point. Yeah, he didn't foul me. Nope. Yeah. No one cares.
No, nobody cares.
No.
Well, what are you going to do? All right. Dealing with hostility in BJJ rolling, whether another's or even your own, can always have consequences. So be aware that injuries can be self-inflicted as well. I.e., holding a position too long, straining too hard for a hold or submission, and even falling incorrectly all take their toll on the body and eventually must be dealt with. Yeah, all true.
Real quick.
Go.
When I say hurt, there's hurt and there's injured in my mind. So I'm injured. Okay. Hurt is like when I got kicked in the eyeball by Larry. Like when I showed Larry how to stop my sweep that I was using, I was like, this is all you got to do, dude. Just post out, put this knee right here. I'm fucked because especially with your size, I'm not going to get you over. What did I do? Went for that sweep, just not even thinking, and he straight was just waiting with his knee right there, and I just ate it right to the eye. That hurt. That was what I mean by hurt. Yep. It's you're going to get hit, you're going to get poked, you're going to pull an arm bar is going to go a little bit too long.
I punched your wife in the face the other day.
Dude, thanks for fucking her nose up, dude.
Oh, the nose thing is funny. I'm not even sorry about that.
Dude, it looks bad. And then you fucked up her lip with that damn loop choke.
The lip, I apologize for. The nose, it's just too funny. I don't even know how I did the nose. Like, we were just kind of rolling her face in slow into the mat. Yeah, and her nose kind of like did the little piggy thing up, but she couldn't get away, so it was just like slammed up in the piggy style.
As you rolled over her.
That's just funny to me. But the lip thing, like I tried the loop choke, and she like tucked her chin really quick before I...
like she should have.
Yeah. The whole Giebern right across the forehead, right across the lips. Yeah.
It was nasty. She went to get a drink of Monster later, and she's like, oh, God.
Yeah. I legit felt bad about that. But to your point, hurt, not injured. Yeah.
Yep.
So, there's
just wanted to put that out there that I'm not getting people to, I never got hurt. Really, you've never been hit. You've never, landed wrong. You've never based out, and you're like, ooh, that didn't feel good on the elbow.
Amanda had that beautiful black eye for about 3 weeks. Hurt pretty good, but still just hurt.
Yeah, just hurt. You're not injured.
Yep. Injured is like when my kneecap went on the side of my leg.
Yeah.
And my meniscus tore in half.
Or when I blew out a freaking C6, C7.
Yep. Yeah. When you need surgery, we're going to go ahead and call that injured.
Or time off, that's injured.
Yeah, if you can't train, you're injured.
Definitely injured.
Right. In all cases of injuries, I give this advice. Take time to ease back into classes with fundamentals and drills, while also taking time to help newbies learn technique and protocols. That's a big thing. If you're helping other people, you're learning better. Yeah. So because you have to think through the moves so much more when you're teaching it.
Yep.
So it's actually really
it's been
good
proven that you learn better showing someone else.
Science, bitches.
Yeah.
Take it. All right. Unless you suck at teaching, then don't screw them up. Like if you're a white belt trying to show other white belts what to do, then maybe just.
Okay, so here you go. Real quick tangent. We never do this. So when you're a white belt, please God stop coaching because they're good. Other white belts are below you or see you as bitter.
If you've been there 6 months, you know more than them. They're like, help me out with this.
So if it's beyond framing, base, or simple stuff, basics, even then you just direct them back to a coach or an upper belt.
If he's trying to show you like Ashigarami to X-guard.
Fuck that, dude. Or if you're like, no, you're doing this choke totally wrong. It's like, fuck you.
Watch this helicopter armbar, bro.
Yeah, watch this flying armbar from Mount. Is that even a thing?
Why not?
Why not?
It was fly.
Did you jump? I don't know. But stop doing it, please. Paul knows. Paul's heard me. I'm like, I'll show you what I do, but I would definitely ask Chad because I suck at this.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even at a 4-stripe blue belt, getting ready to test for purple, the more I learn, the more I realize that I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people go through the sophomoric stage where they actually think they're good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But then once they start getting better, they're like, oh, wow, I was never really good. Like, you're way better than a layman. Like, you can beat some ass, and it feels good because you're dominating people on the mat and rolling.
Yes.
You know some stuff for sure. You got a couple things that are clicking, but you're not really good at jiu-jitsu.
No.
And even the stuff that's clicking, like, bro, like, watch a black belt do it. Like, watch how he sets it up. It's so much different. So just keep that in mind before you start teaching people like you're really good at it.
Stop it. Just fucking stop it.
All right. To help newbies learn techniques and protocols. This will help not only the players, but also the culture of the academy and all who come to train there. It's true. When you're injured and you're just coming back, a lot of people kind of I don't want to say get left. That's the wrong words. If there's a lot of new people, it's hard to pay attention to the new people. So if you're available to help new people, do so. It helps the entire school. If you can grab a couple new people and say, hey, let's drill some self-defense techniques, or let's drill some shrimping techniques, or, because if you're a 6 months white belt, you can shrimp, I hope.
Yeah,
I hope you're doing that right. Yeah, it's funny because I don't think that's actually true. I think a lot of people are still shrimping wrong.
Yes. I can tell you, I've seen people, I'm just like, wow, that's a fucking terrible shrimp.
Yeah, that's not going to get you out of anything.
Anything.
Just so you know.
Your butt that high up, I don't see that working. No.
Have
you seen that where they like,
across?
Or when they stick their butt, like, here's the ground, they stick their butt like that far off the ground. Like, this is a whole butt. It's up here. It's like, I don't think you're going to be able to pull that off. You can try.
Depends on what kind of shrimp they're doing, I suppose.
I mean,
because you got the bridge and shrimp. I don't know.
It seems.
Well, I think when you're doing the floor drills, right? You should do them with a purpose. Like, this is how I would use them during an actual escape. So this is how I'm going to practice.
Oh, yeah, my shrimping, I do them with frames in the whole time.
Exactly. So I don't think people do it as like just a nonchalant warm-up, and then they learn bad technique.
Habits.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. All right.
Don't do that.
Encourage the big and strong to watch smaller and faster players, especially females, on how they use leverage and technique to progress through good and bad positions. Encourage the smaller and possibly weaker players to see how they can be controlled with strength and to look to discover how advanced players defeat it. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The circle of friendship, the tribe of an academy, can be greatly advanced if everyone listens to discussions among higher-ranked players. Black belts and high-level instructors usually say a lot more than what you think you hear, and it will help to have translators disseminate the information correctly. I get what he's saying there. A lot of times I think I know what you're talking about. Like, oh, yeah, I get that. And then, like, a year later, you remember, you're like, oh, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I never caught that. No,
yeah, I wasn't really picking up what he was putting down.
No.
So be aware of that, too.
Didn't.
Yeah. It's kind of like reading philosophy, let's say. Like, you're like, you read this book and you got like a surface level knowledge, but as you age and get smarter, you go through more experiences, you get more well cultured. You read that again and go, I see it in a whole different way now. Yeah. Now it has a lot more meaning. So the same is true in jiu-jitsu.
Very true. Even more so.
Oh yeah, keep that in mind. With all that being written, it basically means this. If you want a nice long BJJ career, then take time to be in an academy that encourages that type of training. However, be aware that if you want the best from your BJJ, then you must embrace all aspects, which would include what can happen when you are attacked by someone bigger, stronger, or more superior, like Richard.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, that's like the king?
Like he's my boss?
Like the king of something?
It's like if my boss attacks me and has no regard for you. Like my boss. Just kidding, as far as you know. This is what BJJ was created for originally, and hiding in your old man corner will definitely not make you better in any way. Not in BJJ or life, and certainly not as a fellow human being.
Nice.
And rant.
That was really good.
I like that. Yeah, there's a lot said in there. So
that was really good. Good job, Ron.
I think a lot of people that are aging also, and I fall into that category a little bit, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
I think I can do more than I can. Like in my head, I'm 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I fall into that for sure.
Especially when you start getting like 40, you can be relatively fit. I mean, look at Chad, look at Justin. They're
yeah.
They're almost 40,
Yep.
and they're beastly.
Yes. They
But
work
once you
at it.
start getting like 50,
You can still do it.
it's the rare person that is
I mean, it
still...
takes so much work. It's dedication to even keep that up.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, we got a couple guys on our Flick chat that follow us that are workout aficionados. Like they might be that kind of guy. Like, hey, I really love working out.
That's what
they're
I
really
do.
into strength and conditioning. That's their jam. I do it to a point. I did it a lot when I was younger. I was really into fitness.
Yep.
Now I'm into fitness pizza in my mouth, if you will. But I do my fitness so that I can like put my socks on in the morning and
so you have a lot to go through. See, I don't have that. Even with my injury, I don't have to struggle as much as you do with that kind of stuff.
That's
sorry,
good.
Buddy.
Oh no, don't be sorry. Be grateful that you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't have that much pain. I've been pretty fortunate. I played sports my whole life and never ended up with a horrible injury until now.
You know what sucks for me is I actually look like I'm relatively fit.
Yeah, you do.
But I'm so dusty.
You really are dusty on the inside. You're made of paper mache and dust.
I really am. I'm like
it
that.
It sounds weird when you bend any of your many joints.
Yeah, all show and no go, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And not even that showy anymore, if I'm honest.
No, but you're good at jiu-jitsu. Shut your face hole.
I'm not awful at everything.
You're good at your level. Shut the fuck up.
I'll take that.
I'm not even good at my level.
No, you're terrible.
Terrible.
You should be a pink belt.
I'll just wear a pink belt.
I like it. Oh, so. I thought that was a good pro tip.
Closing thoughts?
Nope, that was it. It was just a hard stop,
and I like it. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Any of the black belts out there that you guys want to feel that you could do a pro tip, bring it on.
Yeah, I like it.
The dads, grapplingdads.com.
Do it. We got oh wow, there's more. There's so many more.
Oh, Flick Chat?
Flick Chat.
Okay, so Flick Chat, real quick, guys. If you want to get to that and find it real easy, go to our website, grapplingdads.com. Go all the way to the bottom. It'll say Join Flick Chat. Click it. Goes right to our page or right to where you can sign up, and it'll take you right to the page.
It's more fun than you think. And you're going to learn stuff.
Everyone says they don't like it. Like, before they do it.
Before they
even try, they're like, I don't do chat rooms. Because that's what Desdemona did.
Yeah, he did. Andrew's like, no.
Chat rooms.
I'm like, just try it.
It's not a fucking chat room.
It's
a jiu-jitsu room.
And now he's got like a whole page dedicated just to him. Like, how can you not love that?
Such a fan.
I know. And literally, you could ask whatever the hell you want.
And if you want to thread about something, put it up there. Maybe somebody else will put it on there.
The coolest shit is... it's not even about us, right? We don't have to answer stuff because it's a community. Like, this is the GD family.
Yeah.
And you're all part of it, and you're all awesome. And then you can all come together from all over the world and help each other out. And you're like, oh, I never thought about that. Or I had that same question, or, whatever. It's fun.
We're all going through a lot of the same things.
Yep.
So it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Shout your questions out. So I wrote earlier, podcast time in a couple hours. If you've got questions, we've got answers and quotes.
Quotes.
All right, Alex writes, I'd like to put a motion on the floor for a live podcast. Well, we're stupid and don't know how to do that, so...
No, I know how to do it.
Oh, we're not going to do that, though?
I don't know.
Is that too much work?
It's sound. Sound is in the way.
Oh, gotcha. Does Joe Rogan do a live one? Does he really?
I do believe
That's frustrating.
We'll
revisit it.
Yeah, we'll revisit it when we get
better
we can
camera.
Get the sound. Yeah,
we talked about a different camera.
Yeah,
we're gonna
we'll
look
probably
into
do a
it.
camera that can hook up straight sound of its own onto it, and that should work out pretty well.
That's a good idea. Probably not anytime real soon.
But it'll happen.
Yeah, but maybe on the horizon.
We'll see.
Yeah. Good answer.
Paul might sweat himself into a small puddle.
Oh, man, if this is live, it's going to be worse for me.
Yeah,
I'm still struggling with that stupid camera right there.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like it.
I know you don't like it.
Ass sweat.
I know.
I'll show the camera when I'm done.
Oh, you should.
No, I'm not going to do that. All right. Dave writes, choosing the right coach / professor at your gym. Should that choice be based on the pathway you're looking to develop, similar body type, flexibility, or other factors? If you have a plethora of coaches to choose from, visit them and see what feels
they'd like
right.
to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's less body size because if they're your coach by now, they can coach most sizes. Yeah, they may be better to their own size.
Yeah, they should.
But I think they should be able to tell you.
There was actually a question that I asked for a pro tip, and he says it's not really worth a pro tip because jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. Like, the moves are
Yes.
the moves.
Yeah.
And time and experience are going to let you know what you can and can't use. I've learned that firsthand. Gym mom, learned that first. She's not doing triangles either. She's like, I don't have the body type for it. So I take notes and I move on.
Yeah.
So no matter what gym you go to, there's going to be moves you can and can't do.
Yep.
There's sometimes I go to class, I'm like, I can't do any of this shit. And sometimes I'm like, this is going to be my new shit.
Yeah.
I think that's just how it goes.
I agree.
So just choose the coach based on the culture and his attitude more than the size and body type.
So here's a perfect example of picking a coach, because we always have Chad, so I take Chad out of that because we always have Chad. Chad's our main coach. That's who I see. Justin, never see that dude because he does no-gi. Never gonna see him. So like Chad, he's always my coach. He's always gonna be my head coach. But like if I pick a secondary coach at our school, like I would pick Jesse. And Jesse is short, like just stout dude.
Oh yeah,
that goes for Darce chokes, all these kind of chokes underneath. I don't do. I work off my back, which he used to. So that's what I'm saying. Right. He used to work off his back a ton, and he's half my size, like height-wise. He's a good foot shorter than I am, and he can still show me all those things because he used to work from his back, and he's also done this for long enough. That's why he's my coach. Yep. So I gravitated towards him because we both like the same crappy music. And then I ended up,
That's right.
Yeah. we were quoting old 90s and 80s rap songs, so we're best friends now.
Oh, that's funny.
And but that's why, but I still learn a lot of shit from him. Not taking anything away from Chad, because I get, my main stuff's all from Chad. Yep. It's just my secondary stuff where I see Jesse. Jesse helped me through my blue belt test. So it's just pick out a coach you connect with, and your coach should be able to coach you through anything you need to know, because everything, it's just jiu-jitsu.
If you're picking a gym, we actually did a podcast on how to pick the right gym.
We did.
Yeah. So I'm sure you'll be able to find it. I don't know what episode it is off
we don't
the top. I'm not going to look at it because I don't care that much. But we did an episode on how to pick a gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically,
I think it was more coach for David.
Yeah. But yeah, look at their lineage, reviews, ask people.
Yeah, definitely look at reviews and ask people and visit.
Yeah,
definitely visit.
Take advantage of the 1 week class for free or whatever they do.
Yeah, take a look and sit through one class without even joining in. And just, in my opinion, just really watch how the classes ran. See if you feel comfortable, because you'll feel if you're comfortable or not with what they're doing. You're like, oh, I could do that. I could do that. Oh yeah, I like how he's talking to everybody. He's getting around to talk to people and showing this, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a gym I heard about recently that they were saying the coaching is excellent. The guy is phenomenal. There's no denying how good he is, but his communication skills are lacking.
Okay.
So they lose a lot of people based on that.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just gym culture. Like how do they treat their students?
Yep. And you'll be able to see that.
Yep.
You really can.
All right, David, OG Stalker. A couple of questions actually. When are you going to have the women come back on the show? We could do that soon, actually.
Yeah, they're next door.
That's a good idea.
Both the women that were, two of the three women that have been on the show are next door.
True that. We could do that. Maybe have Amanda on. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of competing. We can get that. I'd actually like to know about competition and how she likes it and how she got into it and meeting other women in it.
Yeah, very cool.
So yeah, that actually be a fun one.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea, Dave. It is cool insight from them. When are you going to have Croyler back on for an in-person pro tip? Whenever the hell we please. Whenever he's in town for either a seminar or...
And the time has to work out.
Yeah. So he's a busy dude. Like he's got a lot of shit going on all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever we can, we will. I think that's always been the standing thing. So if we can do a podcast, if we have the time for it, and they do team training here, then we can do that. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's that answer. Yeah. Take that.
If we do plan on it, we'll let you know, and then we can do maybe hey, if you have questions for Croyler, write them on the Flick Chat app. We'll read them to him while he's here, and I think that'd be a lot of fun, actually. I know he's a big podcaster star now. Well, actually, it's Andrew, and probably doesn't have the time. Nope, probably not. He's just too famous because of us.
Or he has a job and a gym to run, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. 3, I would love to hear a show about what a white belt from day 1 to 1 year should be focusing on. We already did that, Dave.
That, but I think we could do it again.
Yep. We'll do it again.
I think so.
All right. Steve, just came back from over a week off. I feel like I backstepped a bit in my technique and timing. After a week.
Timing.
After a week. Timing.
Well,
Words are hard.
The only thing is maybe you're having an off day, and
that's
and
the
who
thing.
cares? It's
Exactly.
You're doing it
it's
again.
a week off, bro. Nobody cares.
Yeah. And you're also like my wife and I read that to my wife, and she goes, "Yeah, that's a little off for us because we are the kind of people that when we're on vacation from fucking everything normal." So
you're not even about going to another gym.
No,
and
I
training.
don't. No,
a lot of people at our gym do that. They're like,
it's
I'm
awesome.
going to
Brandon
drop
does
here.
it. Fucking
Neiman.
Neiman.
This last name, right? Nadeem. Jesus.
Also does that. Very cool. It's just not my thing. If I'm on vacation, I'm on fucking vacation. So I'm shut off to everything that what my normal life has besides my children.
I would train. I just don't have time for it on vacation. I don't really have an itinerary, but I'm like, I want to see other stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see jiu-jitsu all the time.
Should
I want to visit? Yes. Yeah. But your time, you miss a week, your time can go off. It's just you haven't been doing it.
Yeah, but nobody cares. You'll get it back in 2 days. Yeah.
Or
like
next time
Kip
you
said,
roll.
you might have had a bad day or an off day.
Anyways,
whatever.
Yeah. No big deal.
All right. I would be interested in hearing what others do while on vacation when they can roll or or drill with others either at another gym or just a tarp at the campsite. I'd say, bro, don't worry about it.
You'll
a vacation. Be fine.
Take a fucking vacation.
If you're that bent out of shape, like they have all kinds of solo drills that if you look up solo drills on the YouTubes,
you'll find plenty.
I don't think Croyler would even be mad at that.
No, just solo drills. I don't think anybody would care about drills.
Yeah, if your wife or husband will let you throw out rear naked chokes on them all day long or triangle drills. And,
like I said, attack a spouse, a friend, whatever.
If you have that kind of relationship, do stuff and things. Yeah. But other than that, just enjoy your vacation. Don't worry
relax.
about it. Yeah.
It's what vacation is.
Yeah,
vacation's stressful enough, dude, without trying to cram in your jiu-jitsu.
If you're like me, you sucked before vacation, you'll suck after vacation.
Yeah,
it's just
it's the same shit, different week.
All right, ditto what Steve said. Yeah, ditto what we just said.
Yes.
They said they kind of covered it last week. Surprise roll with friends and spouse. You just pick a fight, bro. Just.
I thought that was a great.
Yeah, just pick a
great
fight.
way to handle it.
All right, David.
Don't keep your timing on.
David writes again. Also, as my buddy does, even on vacation, he finds a local gym and does drop-ins. He has learned a lot and gained a lot of friends that way. Yeah, if that's your thing, enjoy.
Get it.
All right, OFC Joe, talk about the movement started by police officers to make BJJ mandatory.
Oh, love it.
Invictus Leo is the group's name. I think that's a great idea. I think that should just be required at every single police academy.
I completely agree. If you talk to most of the police, because we have a few that are in our gym now, they'll agree with that completely. You talk to them, obviously they're there because they enjoy it, but I think it should be mandatory. I don't understand why it's not now.
So
after watching some of the videos, holy shit, where they can't even hold a person down. I'm like, even I can hold that dude down.
I have a guy at work. His daughter is a police officer, and I'm trying to convince him to have his daughter show up. She's in Kalamazoo. I'm like, we just so happen to have an affiliate gym in Kalamazoo.
Yes,
Nate. And he's like, no, she doesn't need that. I'm like, but
God,
she,
Lord,
but
Nate
she
could show her.
Does
show her judo?
Oh yeah, dude.
How helpful would that be?
He says that they already do training for police officers, and it's really good training.
Enough.
I'm like,
not
I'm
enough.
Like, you don't. I'm like, you don't understand what you're talking about, and he is vehemently, adamantly saying I'm wrong. She has plenty of training. She doesn't need all that.
Why would you not? Why wouldn't you take advantage of a tool that you could have in that, especially in that job?
I know. I'm like, I tell you what. Let's all meet up one time, and I'll just roll with your daughter, and then show you she don't know shit.
Yeah.
And
what she does know is not extensive as what you know.
Right.
Or I know.
I'm not saying she doesn't have training. I'm not even saying the training that she has isn't good. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Usually it's not.
Usually it's not enough. I've talked to police officers that have said that.
But let's say that she gets great training. It's one of those things where you need to continue training. It's kind of like self-defense classes, right?
Yep.
They're all but worthless. Like if you get an idea in your head and that you can keep, like how to keep yourself safe and like situational awareness, I think that's great.
Yep.
But if you're learning how to get out of a chokehold once at a self-defense class, you just wasted your money. Like you need to train this stuff. It needs to be part of what you do, part of who you are.
Agreed.
At least for a period of years, right? Well,
I'm gonna have to look that shit up because maybe we can reach out and help them out.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
I'd love to be able to help that movement out because that's huge. I love that because we helped out with Blue Line BJJ a little bit, so I'd love to be able to help out anywhere we can for police officers.
It's one of those things where, like, I'm all about America, do what you want, but come on, man, like this is pretty important.
It is. I agree. But I think that's it for the Flick Chat.
Yeah,
right?
we're good.
All right, I do have something to say though.
Uh-oh.
Because I got a little.
Is this going to be a surprise for me? Like,
no, it's not that big.
Off the top of your head.
No, it's more just what we're about.
All right.
So on one of the reviews you got, the one that's me.
No, are you still hurt about that?
A little bit.
Because you
well, no, but
at first you're like, no, it's really funny, and then you're like,
there's one part that bugs me.
Okay, go.
Because he said that we make fun of or we pick on white belts.
Oh.
Which is wildly incorrect. We make jokes.
Oh, yeah.
But I was white belt for a super long time. Paul was for a super duper long time.
7 years, baby.
So we love white belts. We love to make jokes about white belts because we wear them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we still make those white belt mistakes. And we're here because we love the white belts. We love baby blue belts. We love blue belts. And we're all just getting started. And that's what we're here for, is to keep you coming back.
Yeah.
Get you up to that purple belt where, you know, you're starting to do your own thing. It's really important to us that we're here for that. And that's our community we built, is for the white belts and the hobbyists all around of all color belts. So that part bugged me, and I just wanted to say that's what we're fucking here for. Like, dude, you obviously listened to a show, listened to about 10 minutes, and we're like, this is fucking dumb, and then felt the need to give us a shitty review. We got 2 great follow-up ones from Residential Dragons, and also another great one on there. So it made me feel better about that one. It's just, man, did they miss the fucking target? If you're going to bash me, like, you want to bash our voice, our sound, that I swear too much, because that's fucking bullshit. You know, I'll take that. I'll take that in stride and think it's pretty damn funny. I'm doing my best here. But to say that we don't like white belts, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, the show is actually for, like, white and blue belts. Like, once you're a purple belt, you got the jiu-jitsu lifestyle. Like, you're not going nowhere.
Well,
like,
but we're here for everybody,
right?
just for your amusement and for information. But a lot of the stuff that we're going to angle our conversation points about,
like you said, adopt a white belt.
White
That's
belts.
You know.
We have Just a Belt shirt that got redesigned for us.
Nice. I want to read the review just because I have it up, because it's
Fuck
funny.
that dude.
It's funny. It says, meh, 2 stars. If you want to listen to 2 old, broken down blue belts talk trash about white belts and read internet articles poorly to you verbatim, which is weird.
Which is wrong.
Then this is your podcast.
It's pretty accurate. I mean, it's not a bad description besides the
he's
making
not
fun of
all
white belts.
wrong.
But we don't talk trash about white belts.
No, we love our white belts.
Hell yes.
I actually want to read nice ones now. Mandatory for learning and laugh.
Residential.
I've been listening to the GD podcast since the beginning, but just now figured out how to submit a review despite 100 episodes of them asking for reviews. This is exactly how my jiu-jitsu learning is going as well. I feel at home listening to the GD podcast because, unlike experts, they are relatable. Sorry. They have real jobs, families, multiple injuries, so you feel like you're hearing one of your buddies talk versus the super skilled expert that describes techniques in funny languages, as if that helps me learn any better. Thanks, buddy.
I love that one.
Yeah.
There's one other good one on there.
I got it. Regular guys who love jiu-jitsu. 5 stars. Thank you. I have been listening to these 2 since March 2019. I know, a long time. What I like about this podcast is that they are everyday Joes, not professional athletes. They struggle with the same things I do: work, injuries, jiu-jitsu, etc. As a new white belt who is over 40 and going through this podcast has been great.
Yeah, it gets a little lost.
Deep of laughs. Come on, man. Motivation and, believe it or not, information. Some. Oh, did I mention the great community on Flick Chat?
Yes! I know, that dude was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I've had questions answered about my jiu-jitsu by a host of people in the community, from white belts going through the same to black belts that give deep insight to problems and answer. I started listening to a podcast and gained a hobby, a sister podcast, Just Jiu-Jitsu, and real cool community. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That's what we're about.
That's what we're here for.
It's a community. It's a family.
So, you can suck it.
I know, can suck it.
So, but
You're wrong, man.
But I don't mind a bad review. I really don't. I was waiting for one.
Yeah.
We were too.
It was a matter of time.
We're getting too big to. Not that we're big. That sounded horrible, but we were getting too big to not get a bad review.
Yep.
Well, like it just was going to happen.
Oh, and we're not for everybody.
Oh, no.
Simply just
no.
not.
Yeah, no. But we are for most.
Yep.
I really think so.
Yeah, I really appreciate the podcast like Grappling Central where he talks to the best of the best.
No, yeah, it's great.
I like that. I think that's great information. I think it's really fun. But like they said, the reason we started this is because I can't relate to that.
I can't. It's above all that shit's above my head.
It's above our pay grade.
Yeah. So, Yeah,
we're never going to be a Croiler. Like we couldn't do a just jiu-jitsu podcast.
No, we
like,
couldn't do that much
don't
information. We don't have that much information to share.
Yeah. But it's cool that people do.
Yes.
So if you want to really deep dive and stuff, they got podcasts out there for you. So we wanted something that was like for
what this is.
Yeah, average Joes.
For
like
you guys
said,
to be a fly on the wall while me and Paul talk about shit.
Yeah.
So, and,
because this changes.
We seem to entertain.
Yeah, this changes lives. I mean.
Which is insane to me.
I know, but I really think jiu-jitsu means a lot to a lot of people. And
it really does.
If we can get people to stay in the sport long enough to make that happen, that's what we're about. We want to do that. So
yeah, I just had to say something, but thanks for reading the other ones. That made me feel better.
It did. That made me feel better too. Yeah, the little meth thing. Like I got the whole, the tear trickling down my face. I'm like, I don't want to be hurt because I get it, but yeah, a little hurt.
Yeah, a little hurt.
All right, on that token.
All right, man.
We good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm out.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Bye.